my collection of work is centered around mental depression, with a particular emphasis on the devastating impacts of depression in society's unyielding expectations. And the reason to why I have created a series of artworks responding to this theme is because I believe people in nowadays society still underestimates the adverse impacts of depression and fails to provide adequate support and care to those who suffer from it. So I chose Modrock as my main medium because it's simply really easy to work with and I can adjust it to every shape that I want. So it's really easy for me to put my conceptual ideas in real life. And the other reason is because it connects with my personal style as it adds a modern element to my artworks. This is the piece that I want to introduce. It's a mixed media piece. This part is done with fabric and this part is done with Modrock. And it has a mirroring composition as well as a contrasting color right here. And this piece corresponds with my theme, mental depression, and the theme of bi, because it represents two things. So the colorful piece symbolizes happiness and joy and being very hopeful to the future. And this piece, it's a more plain piece, so this symbolizes isolation and loneliness. So this contrast, I really just want to deliver the message to people that despite being alone or being sad, there's also hope.
The main theme of my exhibition is feminine beauty, and I chose this theme because I believe there are many different types of definitions for beauty and how people perceive beauty in different ways. In modern society, there are many strict rules for women especially on how their body should look like and how beauty is so strictly set in a certain way. So I decided to explore this theme through my exhibition. The main medium I used in my exhibition is acrylic paint, and I chose this because I believe it presents my skill the best because I work in it the best and I'm most experienced. And a lot of the artists that I was inspired by used oil paint and acrylic paint, and I wanted to mimic their techniques.
The theme of my exhibition is water, and I chose this theme because since I was younger, I was always at the pool, at the beach, and it became a sort of therapy for me. Like, for example, when I was stressed, I would ask my parents, oh, can I go to the pool, can I go to the beach? Or we would go traveling to mainly places with beaches just because of how much I loved it. And so with the stress of IB and the stress of deadlines, of course, I wanted to do something with art that would be a sort of therapy to me, which is why I chose water. And through painting and my creative process, it sort of acted as a way to unwind after a long day of school. There are a lot of mediums that I chose. For example, I have done textiles, oil painting, and photography, as well as acrylic painting and digital animation. There are several different medias that I've used, and for each media, the main purpose I've chosen them is because they allow me to capture details such as different light and shadows, and through photography, I can kind of manipulate each scene into how I want it to be. Like, for example, if I want a light to be at a certain angle, that's what I can do.
I would say it would be my theme of humanity and human emotions, because throughout the entire IB course for art, I've been focusing on the theme of humanity, and this really explores the good and the bad side of human races and how emotions come from natural instincts among humans. And here are my favorite exhibitions of the day. This is also my favorite piece. And here it links to the theme of humanity, and I have put the 7 deadly sins in 7 different blocks. And this is one of my favorite deadly sins. This is envy, and this is when you're jealous of individual. And here I have a simple silver jewelry all around the fake heart. And here, despite it is quite simple, but you can still get a hint, an idea of how jealousy really affects an individual.
Welcome to Metamorphosis!